A special welcome to Mary, who obviously we are going to find out all about very shortly. She can give us a little resume of who she is and what she does.
Welcome, Mary.
Thank you. But we'll start with apologies, and I know we've had one from Phil.
Yeah, he's still driving back.
I've got no other apologies.
There's so many accidents on the road this evening.
Oh no.
I said, don't be one, drive slowly.
Yeah, just take his time. So as I say, I haven't heard, but Helen, if she's been working, she might be joining us a bit later. But anyway, we can make a start with who we've got. Okay, are there any declarations of interest with anything on the agenda? Right.
I just think it's safer than sorry to always declare a personal interest in any item that has bearing with Swansea Council.
Okay, is there any? Okay. I haven't seen the agenda today. Is there anything for Swansea Council that I have to do that too?
Well, Bee Friendly Streets.
The Bee Friendly Streets, yes. We were going to help fund that, weren't we? Okay.
Yeah.
Chair, can I just say something on declarations of interest?
Yes.
I had a meeting with Kerry, our CEO, yesterday, and I'm taking over responsibility for the declarations of interest this month. So what's been agreed? They haven't been going to the they haven't been uploaded on our website, which they should be. So what I'm going to do, I've just had one typed up in a Word form. I'm going to send to all councillors and staff a declaration of interest form. So I'll start with today's meeting afterwards.
Right.
If whoever has a declaration, they can forward me that form, and what I'll do, I'll propose it to. I'm going to copy Will and Kerry into what I propose, but just for you to be aware, I'll keep a hard copy in the folder here.
Yeah.
Which can be signed by the
of course
relevant person at their convenience. But just to be aware, I'll be sending a message to everybody about that.
Yeah, sounds sensible. Okay, right. Item 3, if we would like to welcome Mary Potter, who is our new Environmental Engagement Officer. So, hi Helen. So, Mary, would you like to just tell us a bit about yourself?
Hello, it's nice to meet everyone. So my name is Mary Potter and I'm actually the new Environmental Sustainability Officer. So
sorry, I forget the
No, worries. It's a bit of a change in role to what Rob, I believe, was before me.
Yes, slightly different.
Yes. So they've now split the role. So we have a volunteer coordinator and then myself, then Environmental Sustainability Officer. So I've always been a big advocate for the environment my whole life, growing up in a rural area. Always got involved with sort of local scouting groups and RSPB and things like that. And so I went to university and studied geology and had an interest in climate change. So I did my dissertation around that. And now I'm a master's student in University of Wales, Trinity St David's. So I'm doing environmental conservation and management. So my working days here are Monday, Thursday, Friday, and then my master's I'm doing on a Tuesday and a Wednesday. So they go quite nicely hand in hand.
Yes, that fits nicely in together. So so we need to remember, as far as anything that we need Mary to do, it's Monday, Thursday, Friday. Okay?
What's happening, Mary?
Okay, well, lovely. And obviously a lot of what we're talking about will be obviously getting Mary up to speed. I have already met with her. We've gone through all the projects and through the work plan. Rob's left quite detailed instructions. We've gone through all those, and obviously there'll be more things picking up as we go along. Right, so can we then move on to the minutes, please? Okay, has everybody had a chance to look at them? Yeah, November it was. Yes, you were. Yes, you gave your apologies. Yes, it was just Chris here. Has anybody got anything they've noted any amendments needed, any corrections? It all looks fine to me. I mean, I've been through it before, and so I would have picked up anything else. Okay, so we're happy to approve those? Yes. Lovely, thank you. Right, Ian, if we could go through the action, please.
Yes, certainly. Right, the first one on my list is number 31, which relates to picnic benches.
As you can see, Mary, this has been going on for some time.
Yes.
As you know, I've asked for an update of our CO, but I haven't had one with everything going on for care at the moment. So I'll hopefully provide an update at February's meeting for that one. The next one is a completed one, number 92, which relates to holding the plant swap shop. So that'll come off for the next meeting. The next one is number 101, which relates to grass verge scheme, and that's been deferred to April 26. The next one is 107, which relates to Ashley and Chris Evans obtaining a quote along Mumble Skate Park. I have asked our RFO for an update, but again, I haven't received.
Right, yes. So quite recently, he was still chasing.
Yeah, but he's been busy with purchase.
He did say that once yesterday was over, that he will try and chase those up. This is for Swansea Council, this is what started as this nice, oh, we got an offer of free trees from the Woodland Trust. Let's put a hedge along beside the skate park. Swansea Council decided, no, they wouldn't, it wasn't safe, just the hedge. We have to have a fence. And the fence, of course, is going to cost us about £20,000, which, as those of us who were at the budget meeting yesterday will know, we don't have. So it's a but we are trying to get quotes, and then obviously we will have to put a proposal then to full council, who hopefully will agree that we can fund that. And then once we've got the fence in place, we can then go ahead and actually get the trees planted. There's like a hedgerow package you can get from the Woodland Trust, and we'll then get those planted. So yes, so hopefully the RFO by February will have had a chance to pick up and get some more quotes.
We'll have to pay that then.
Yes. Oh yeah, good old Swansea Council. This is it. It started as a free offer, and then, oh, by the way, you've got to pay for a fence first. I know. It's one of those things you think you wish you hadn't started.
They put a tree hedge there, and the previous one, no fence at all. And the fence they got at the moment is lower than this table.
Yeah, but there is a hedge now.
You know, a dachshund could climb over it.
But it's. I think the idea is it is a deterrent. And once the hedge has,
it's a challenge.
once the hedge has grown, it theoretically will.
Can you have a temporary fence that they can take away once the hedge is grown?
No,
like
I don't think so.
Fence in or something.
No, we don't want anything like that. It just takes several years. Anyway, Sarah.
Yeah, it's just to stop a small child running into the road, really.
Yeah.
And they don't need much of a deterrent. It's just enough for the parents to realise what they're doing and grab them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all really.
Yes, the idea is we'd like to be able to use the area for events and things. It's not safe at the moment to use it, so that's the plan. And we just thought a hedge would be nicer than just a fence. We hope. So yes, so hopefully there will be progress.
Right, shall I continue, Chair?
Yes, please.
Right, the next four have all been closed. Again, they're just added for your reference. 108 relates to fencing around Norton Nature Reserve. 110 relates to raising beds through the use of railway sleepers. Again, I think at Norton Nature Reserve. 114, convening a working group in relation to bee-friendly streets. And 116 relates to biodiverse schools project, in particular Males Primary School. The next one is 118, which relates to the use of water testing kits, and that's been deferred until...
We've actually got it on the agenda today because, yeah, Mary has done some...
All right. Agenda.
Yes, some research and tracked them down. And interestingly, I actually looked at the organisation that we can register with.
Yes, yeah, we set up, Freshwater Watch.
Yeah, that's the one. So we're hoping that we can do our first test hopefully around March time, because I think it's spring and autumn, isn't it?
We could probably do one every month.
Okay.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Even
We've
better.
got enough to.
Yes, Rebecca.
Yeah, just to say on that the MP has been supporting water testing around the coast. And I did touch base with her and just, suggest that we link in really. I don't know that she has like plans fixed for the coming year because there's a funding question obviously every year. But yeah, if Mary could perhaps take an action to just link in with the MP's office.
Yeah.
Okay, that's Tonya Antonia.
Yeah.
She's been doing a lot of work around Langdon Bay as well. So yes, it would be great if we can link in with that. And the two streams we're using, or hope, will be Washinghouse Brook and the stream, which presumably has a name, Helen, that runs through Klein Gardens.
I thought it was Klein, but what do I know? I'll try and find out.
Klein Brook, there we are. So yeah, so those are the two rivers we're going to be doing the testing on.
That's great. Carrie, can I just ask, so just to remind me then, so we can post about that. So when did you say that started?
Well, it hasn't yet.
No, will it? Do we know when? Ballpark? Like autumn, spring, summer?
No, in the next few weeks, even if I do the initial water testing, just the sites to scout it out myself to make sure they're okay. And then we look at getting volunteers involved to go out monthly, just so we've got a full year data set by the end of the year. So if I can squeeze January in by myself.
Don't worry, that's a challenge. Then it's like the end of the week. Mary, if when you do that incline, if I could meet you, I do loads of water quality work. It might be just sensible to meet. Because it'll be useful for me to understand what's happening.
That'd be great, please. Yeah, excellent.
I'll put my number in the chat bar, and you can WhatsApp me anytime.
Thank you.
Right, and of course the WhatsApp. We've got the environmental WhatsApp group.
I'm on there too.
Mary, if you could do the same for me for Washinghouse Brook when we check the water there.
Of course, yeah.
Excellent.
Great.
Okay, so there we are. It's in hand.
The next 5 are all closed again. 120. It relates to the orchard, where the fruit trees should be replaced. 121 regards a landfill tax grant opportunity. All these again have been completed. 122, all councillors to provide suggestions on suitable training courses. 123, to continue with regular maintenance of the gardens. 124 relates to updating required on the biodiversity crisis. So that takes us to 125 to amend October's minutes. I completed that. Hopefully you're happy with that.
I was going to say yes.
So I'll show that's completed.
You can sign that off.
The next one, 126, to research possibility of obtaining an additional notice board at Underhill Park. And you've got an update, Chair, haven't you?
I have, yes. I have been looking at some notice boards. This is to put up by the car park end of the path down into Underhill, because there's nothing there where there's any information about what's going on in the hub. So it's really important when people are parking their cars, they can straight away see what different things are going on. So we're looking at, they're around £600 or £700, and this obviously would come out of our civic amenities budget. That's in hand, and we'll be looking at, I think, again, it's now that the RFO has finished sorting out the budget, hopefully for him to get some quotes. I've sent him some potential ones. But what we do need to make sure is it actually gets used, because I'm conscious that the notice board opposite the playground isn't really being used. We've given a lot of posters and information to the hub staff, and they haven't really been putting them up. So we do need to push on that and make sure that gets done. Okay, so yeah, it's in hand, getting quotes.
Good, thank you. The
Sarah
next
has
one.
her hand up.
Oh, sorry, Sarah.
I had my hand up. Perhaps I should have just shouted. Isn't that a community and social thing, though? That they
No, civic amenities are in our budget.
right,
Benches and notice boards come into our budget.
And if the hub aren't really using the ones they've got, is it worth adding any more?
Well, I have had this conversation with Kerry, and she did say she would make sure that it was being used.
Oh, okay.
And obviously, we hopefully will have a new facilities manager in post soon. I think decisions being made this week about appointing. So that's again, you know, there'll be someone who's kind of, you know, keeping on top of all those kinds of things. And eventually we will have a marketing officer who, again, who's part of their job should be to make sure that notices and posters are out and about.
Thank you.
Okay. Right. I have contacted Councillor Thomas, and I believe he contacted Rebecca. Maybe, or certainly anyway, I sent him the information that Rebecca had sent me, and I have been given to understand that that has all now been signed off.
That is what I've been given to understand as well. I'm just I am awaiting that confirmation in writing, because there's funding for Sarah and I to release for that little tiny stretch is in West Cross, but and we've not had that in writing to do that, but I to understand it's on the way.
Brilliant. So excellent. Yeah, another one to kick off.
Open until a confirmation arrives, Chair, or shall I close it?
The maintenance issues we have dealt with, so I have done that bit.
So close it then.
Yes,
Thank you.
because obviously, and then we'll announce, hopefully with great fanfare, that the money has been sorted for the paths.
And the last item
Was done.
is this one. So that's
Yeah.
it should be greatly reduced next year. Thank you, Chair. That concludes the vote.
Okay, if we could look at budget monitoring report. Obviously, there's still a fair bit of money in that we need to spend, and this is why I'm keen to get things moving, obviously, like the notice board. And I have chased Pam, who wants a bench outside the Love Spoon Gallery, but I haven't been able to sort of make any progress with that. So I'll chase that up with her. Other than that, I think things are sort of in hand. Obviously, the Castlewoods we've just discussed, and that's the funding, our match funding for when Swansea Council sign that off.
Path, is it?
That's the paths, yes.
Is that the update we're having now, or what?
Yeah, that's what, I've just said that hopefully it has now been signed off.
Okay, any
So,
timescale?
No, because I say Rebecca's still waiting for it actually to come through in writing, but we are told that it's
Oh, good.
been signed off, thank goodness. Okay, climate emergency, we have got some things identified that will come out of that. We'll cover them in projects. Biodiversity crisis, I know we have received some estimates from Chris Evans about bat boxes and bird boxes, but the first thing we need to do, and I know that again, Paul had a couple of quotes for an ecologist ecology survey to look at the best locations. These are mainly in Fairwood Park, but also we're looking at Castle Woods as options for them to go up.
Can I say there that we'd be happy to have bat box and bird box in the allotment up at Norton Field?
Oh, that's a good idea, yes. So maybe Helen, you might be interested, because where our allotments are, they're actually like within Castle Woods pretty much. So yeah, good idea, yes. Right, thanks for that. If you note that we can look at potentially.
Sorry, which allotment is that?
That is Upper Norton,
Norton Field.
which I should declare an interest in.
That's called Upper Norton Field, just off the Castle Field there.
So is that one next to Norton Nature Reserve, or the one that?
No, that's Lower Norton.
Yeah, right.
It's directly above it.
Yes.
The one with the gate from Castle Field.
Yes, yeah.
And the one that Helen's on is the one up by Castle Road.
Yeah.
I think ours is Acre Field.
Yes, I lose track of Castle Field, Castle Acre Field,
And there's one called Long Acre. I think we're Acre Field, but I'll take an action to a message to Tristram now, Ian.
Okay. So, and I will chase. Yes.
Which one is it that Dad's on? Do I need to declare an interest? Is he on Upper Norton?
Norton, yes. So that's an allotment interest from Helen, Rebecca and myself, because we are all either allotment holders or have a member of our family as allotment holders. And obviously if we're looking to put bird boxes and bat boxes, we have to note that. The schools pilot, obviously that's going to come up on, but I think we've agreed we're having to kind of, make some priorities, and obviously that's what we're going to discuss when we go through the project shortly. And I think we felt that the schools project we could leave till September, and so we have a full academic year to be able to implement it. So that's what we're going to be doing for that. Floods and flood awareness, we have got some suggestions for various things and that we have talked about that we just need to actually move forward with. And the Mumbles Crop Collective, I know Ash has he's sort of got some.
Yes, but he's off now, isn't he?
Oh, of course. Oh, yes, I need to tell you all. Ash has got a grade 3 fracture of his leg.
Shit.
He has no idea how he did it.
No.
So he is unfortunately going to be off for 6 weeks.
Oh my God.
He can't stand on it. So yes, so unfortunately, just as everything will start bursting into life, unfortunately, Ash obviously is unable to be in work. So yes, sorry, I should have. If we could note that on the minutes, and we hope that he will be back with us very soon. Yeah, he still has no idea how he did it. Probably doing his Ironman training. Okay, so yes, so that obviously is going to impact to some extent on some of the work, and it does mean that regular maintenance, and I suppose it's important for you to be aware, because if people comment on why aren't things being done, then obviously you can explain to them that this is because our grounds person unfortunately is off at the moment. Helen.
And how does that affect any bulb planting, Carrie? I don't mind like the spring bulbs, like we kind of do that anyway. But like what time of year do the wildflowers need to go in? All that sort of
Not
stuff.
till about May.
Right, fine.
So yeah, he'll be back before then. I mean, he'll be away basically till the end of February. So, you know, spring planting and things from March will, and hopefully the grass won't have gone too mad between now and then. Rebecca, sorry, did you have your hand up or?
Yeah, sorry, I was waiting for the appropriate moment to just suggest this, just because you mentioned about wanting to like prioritize the projects. I know Helen has to go at 7:30. I think realistically I will too. There's a risk we're not going to be quorate. So I was just going to suggest that if that's the main thing we have to do today, we maybe bump that up the agenda.
Yeah, good idea. If we could just do 10 and 11, because I need to put some recommendations to full council for those. Yeah, and then we can come back and talk about the other things if we have time. So if I could just, the bicycle hub, which I know we talked about with Wheelwrights when they came in, and they're very keen to progress with actually looking at a site for the bicycle repair hub somewhere in Mumbles. What the recommendation to full council is that we'll just ask full council that we can give our support and endorsement to the siting of a bicycle repair hub in Mumbles. So it's not asking for money or anything, it's just so that he can go to Swansea Council and say, Mumbles Community Council are fully behind it. Helen.
Could that link with the repair shop, Carrie?
I hope so. That's the plan.
Yeah, it would
and
make
also
sense,
we sort of broadened it to include other wheeled vehicles, as it were, whatever you call them, skateboards and scooters. And then the suggestion is that hopefully over the summer they can like the hub will be based in Mumbles, but they can do outreach up at the skate park, you know, sort of once a month or something, so that people know and they can learn how to look after their scooters and skateboards and things. Okay. So if we could agree that we put a recommendation forward to full council that we would like to endorse the plan. Okay. Sorry, I missed that bit. Paying for someone to go somewhere. Sorry, we can't see the chat on here. We only see it very briefly and then it goes. So you're on mute.
Sorry,
Helen.
I'm sorry, Carrie. No, the stuff I've been putting is just kind of incidental. It's just emails and then.
What that for your information was about Swansea Council.
Oh, it was just information for Sarah and Rebecca, really.
Fine.
It's just some work that a Swansea Council person is doing that we're working with. Sorry, it's not really relevant. I'm sorry, Carrie. It's
no,
just
that's
for Sarah and Rebecca.
Yeah, are we happy? Can we have a show of hands that we're happy to endorse and support the bike hub? Sarah.
I'm just saying I'm happy to support the.
Brilliant. Okay. And similarly with Bethany Gardens, as you know, Ripples Cafe have got a small group of volunteers. They've created a Friends of Bethany Gardens to look after that space, which is next to Ripples Cafe. And again, he's just asking that he would like to be able to kind of link Jubilee Gardens and Bethany Gardens. So he's happy for his volunteers to pop down and kind of, do some work in Jubilee Gardens, and he would like to maybe see that we could work together on Bethany Gardens as well. So again, no money involved, just supporting the work that Bethany Gardens are doing, and agree that we can hopefully help out with volunteers, and they will also help with looking after Jubilee. Sarah?
Yes, we haven't met up with the people in Norton Lodge yet, but that sounded
No.
promising, since they wanted to grow veg for the community in their back.
Yeah,
garden.
we're going to pick that up under the crop collective. We
Yeah,
have
I
a
think that would
planning
be
plan.
an excellent project and could
Yeah.
work with all 3 lots of volunteers, because it's in that
Absolutely.
triangle, isn't it? Thanks.
Okay, so those are 2 recommendations to full council.
Chair, can I just clarify the Ripples one? That's Dennis's. And is it going to go, is he making an application similarly to?
It's just
purely
for us to support him and agree that, you know, we will work with the Friends of Bethany Gardens to, you know, to do joint events with Jubilee Gardens and Bethany Gardens. Okay? Right, okay. Current projects, plans and priorities, because we're not going to be able to get them all done. So if I can quickly go through Repair Cafe, that hopefully is just going to look after itself. As long as there's one of us around or somebody around, hopefully Mary might be able to come up. And I know Helen had a lovely time at the last one. So really that's all that we need to say in that, unless anybody's got any comments.
Just some information, is it on a regular?
The second Friday of every month.
It's in the hub?
In the hub. So the next one is Friday the 13th. Of Feb. No, it's 10 till 1.
Don't take any sharp objects.
So yes, so that's really all we need to say. So I don't think there's any concerns about that. It's a wonderfully cost-effective little project, because all we have to pay for is coffee and biscuits.
Sorry, what was the time again?
10 till 1. Okay, lovely. Thanks, Helen. Great. I said you did enjoy it last time and got your barometer fixed.
Yes,
Okay,
hey Carrie, we can't get the glass fixed.
Oh, what a
I
shame.
took it to that place you suggested, and the other place I took it to another place. Yeah, so I
Oh,
hit a brick wall, but never mind.
oh dear. Okay, Bee Friendly Streets. We had a bit of a setback on that yesterday. Sarah. Rebecca, Sarah first.
This wasn't about Bee Friendly Streets, this was before then. I was going to say there's a men's shed starting in Norton Lodge as well, which would be good to support, because we always wanted a men's shed down in Bumbles.
Okay.
Phil, who comes to our Warm Hub regularly, is running it. So
All right.
going
Yeah.
down
So
to
is
see.
that more community and social than environmental?
I don't know if community and social will be interested, to be honest. But
Well, no.
okay.
That doesn't mean we can take it.
No, I just don't feel it's something maybe that it's not really something we can pick up. I mean, obviously it's for information, but I don't think there's anything.
I was just going to say it will repair things a lot like the repair shop.
Okay. So maybe it's something we can link in with the Repair Cafe.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Okay, well, unfortunately, our backup money and Rebecca, sorry.
Yeah, sorry. I want to speak on this because I do think we need to be careful about how we frame yesterday's decisions. So I'm delighted to see that Bee Friendly Streets is considered so important by this committee that it's on the agenda twice. And although, so the committee supported us putting in a budget proposal to basically have a backup plan for if we don't get the landfill tax grant. Unfortunately, that wasn't carried forward at full council last night, so that's disappointing, but we still don't have the outcome of the landfill tax grant application. So before we get all doom and gloom about that, let's await the outcome of the grant application, because that was always first choice scenario anyway, was that we get grant money for it. The city councillors' committed funding stands regardless of that decision last night. So, you know, we'd be looking to alternatives if that grant doesn't come through. But I think, you know, as long as the committee maintains its commitment to us looking at what is next for Bee Friendly Streets. I think we kind of have come to consensus now that 3 years has been a really good period for us to learn a lot about how we can make the most out of this policy of manual weeding over chemical weeding. So, you know, it's just about, we've got the idea, we know exactly what we want to do next. It's just about finding that resource in, and I remain optimistic that we're going to do it. You are on mute, sorry.
Well, I know, we have no choice. We have to do it, because whereas other people seem to have forgotten that there's a climate crisis and biodiversity problems, we haven't. So we have to do it and go forward whichever way we can.
Yeah. Okay. So yes, as I was just saying, I remain optimistic that we will get the grant. We might not get all of it, but hopefully we'll at least get some of it, and that will help us and enable us to progress it.
I
Okay.
think to stay on the positives, I think, Rebecca, you did extremely well last night. I
Absolutely.
think the application is really strong. It's, you know, all of what's happened in the last 6 months, I think has really helped focus people's minds who were involved in it on what the next steps are, and that mustn't be underestimated. So, you know, I've just quickly texted someone I know in an organisation, any underspend, you know, let's just keep our fingers crossed, and yeah, you know, I think let's just keep positive, as you said.
Absolutely. And certainly we will, you know, if we're not successful with landfill, we're not going to give up there, and we will be obviously immediately looking at alternative sources of funding to take it forward. Right, Norton Nature Reserve, the Orchard and Jubilee Gardens. Well, obviously there's going to be a limit to what progress can be done over the next 6 weeks because of Ash being off. So really it's just a matter of, we're now looking at them collectively as of the budget for next year as our sort of green assets. So we obviously, at the moment, it's just a matter of keeping them going. Have you got anything, Mary, that you want to include in that?
I know that Ash had some good plans that he did want to implement over the next kind of year, but I think we'll have to touch base with him when he comes back to see what's actually going to be feasible then for the rest of the year, but including the pond in Norton Nature Reserve.
Absolutely, yeah.
Which I think is probably his priority from
Yes.
our last discussion. And yeah, we need to sort out the volunteering there, I think, as well, to
Yes,
keep it well maintained.
definitely. Okay, so it's just a sort of holding pattern at the moment with those, and hopefully no major issues that we have to deal with until he's back. Right, Sarah, if you could sort of pick up for us on the hedge laying workshop. Now I've got sense out of which way the money's going, which
Hang on, let me get my phone. I had a message from Catherine today.
right.
No, I think I shared it with you. I'm not sure.
Not today, no.
Oh, right, I haven't shared it with you. Right, okay. Yes, she said it's going to be 2 to 3 days from the 24th to the 26th of February.
Okay.
Those days will be, though, the main workers doing a lot of stuff with chainsaw work. So she said it's not really volunteer friendly stuff at that point. I did ask if Mary and Ash could be there, and she said, well, they could be, but I don't know if they'd be able to help with that. But later on, there'll be other stuff to do.
And is there any preparatory work that we need to do prior to the contractor coming in?
Catherine seems to have it. She's managed to get a grant for all of it, and they're going to be doing the stuff. I think that is the preparatory work, is cutting it down and getting it to a size where they can
actually
leave it all together.
Yeah, so I suppose that probably Ash and Mary maybe need to kind of go down on the sort of last day, as it were,
Yeah.
to just
Yes,
talk through with
at
them,
the time,
you know, what
before we
needs to
had-
be done.
Yeah, at the time, well, while I was arranging it with her, I thought it would be great if Ash and Mary could have some extra tools to help out, because they've got very few tools. They've got enough tools themselves and they're few volunteers. And I thought it'd be lovely, because I thought a bit of hedge laying around Mumbles might be quite good in certain
Yeah.
places. Good for the environment, looks good, and people can see it and people appreciate the stuff done, which is what we need. But I don't know how much money you've got left now for the for tools. or
Well,
anything.
yeah, well, they will have to look at, you know, I mean, there will be more money coming, and there is still some money in the EO resources, so there is potential.
Yeah.
And, you know, I think it's important though that Mary and Ash would have that conversation with the people doing the work.
Catherine, yeah,
Yeah.
So we know
Going
exactly
down
what it
to-
is that we'd need.
yeah. It's worth them popping down to speak to Catherine and saying what
Absolutely.
we need to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank
So-
you, Mary, as well.
Sorry.
I'm not really purposely lining up all this work for you.
No, no, it's
it's
fine. Just to double check, they don't want, because I think in one of the emails they were looking for a volunteer group tap to come before they start the 3-day work. Is that not the case anymore?
I don't know. It'd probably be best if you contact Catherine yourself.
Okay, that's
and
all right.
ask her particularly.
I think the last conversation I had with her was looking to get volunteers in to do the prep work before they
Yeah.
start.
Okay, yes, I did remember there was
Yeah.
a conversation about that,
So
yes.
I've got a
Well, that
meeting.
must be prior to that date then.
Yes,
So
yeah.
yes, worth asking her ASAP.
Yeah.
Really.
Because
Yeah.
I've got a
Oh, that would
meeting
be
with
great.
Sarah
Oh,
on the volunteer
right,
coordinator
yes.
on Thursday.
Excellent.
And we were thinking of asking Swansea Uni Tree Planting
Oh,
Society
yes.
to partner with their Skates Society to come down to do it as a big group
Yeah.
together. Because they did show interest with Rob before. I
Yeah.
found some correspondence.
They have, yes, we did do some work with them
Yeah.
previously.
So they might be good to get down.
Yes.
Do that if we need. They said they needed 8 volunteers.
I know Apple Ann is very interested.
Right.
Apple Ann.
Right, yeah, you'll meet Aplan.
Yes. Yes, she was very
Okay, right.
interested in helping out with
What-
that project.
Yeah. Okay, so water quality testing we have dealt with. We dealt with that in the actions. Buzz and Bloom 26. We do need to make sure we're getting this publicised, and but hopefully we talked about getting going on that.
Yeah, so Rob had left some suggestions because I think numbers were down.
Yeah.
About making it a bit more of an informal social media campaign alongside sort of, I suppose, what you've usually done to try and get more people involved with it. And partner it up with the Crop Collective and Gardeners Question Time more.
Yes.
And Bee Friendly Streets to try to
Sort of, yeah, bring them all together. Yeah, and what I've suggested is we need to encourage people to kind of sign up as soon as possible, and we're thinking rather than doing it through the Survey Monkey form, which some people really struggled with, that we would have an email address, they email into it, and we then create a folder, and they can send in photographs or updates as they go through the planting season, so that we've got a full record when we come to do the judging. We can see, because often they come back and they say, well, there's no point in you coming now because everything's finished. So this way it'll enable us to be able to keep track of what they're doing. Rebecca? Are you with us, Rebecca? Oh. She seems to have frozen. Rebecca? No. Well, we'll catch up with her if she comes back.
Okay,
Yes,
that's switch something on for me.
That's probably one of the boys as well. Turned it off. Okay, Bee Friendly Streets we've dealt with, obviously, because as she said, it was on twice. There's various others. Be Friendly. Rebecca, are you there? Hello.
Sorry, I've just
That's
had my
okay.
computer turned off for me.
Yes.
Right. Were you coming to me to say what I was trying to try and say?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
fab. So this might be, when is Gardener's Question Time?
21st of March.
Okay. Just, this is literally a bit left of field and you can tell me it's a terrible idea, but just listening to you talk, I just wondered whether if we had an event in the autumn, we talked about maybe a Green Heroes Day or something
Funnily
at
enough,
one point.
we have a plan for that.
Okay, so I'm just mindful that the environmental work plan is always huge, like bordering on unmanageable.
Yeah.
And Buzz and Bloom seemed very resource intensive last year for the amount of engagement that it got.
Yes.
And I'm just wondering that if the way we judge it is through a series of photos, could we not ask people to just come to that autumn event with 3 photos that just show, you know, a spring, a summer, and I don't know, something to the end, close to the end of the season, so that there's no like pre-registration, there's no, and you know, and even if only like half a dozen people came with their photos on the night, because the event is happening anyway, and that in itself has value, you're not like chasing it for just that specific thing, do you know?
Yeah, I mean, it was a really nice event we had. And I mean, we did have about 9 or 10 entrants there for the event. So
I
But it was a
it was
lot
lovely.
of time in the run-up, wasn't it?
Yeah.
it was, but I think part of that was because of Rob leaving at the beginning of August, and then suddenly we had to do an awful lot in like a week. But yeah, I mean, but I do think people need to be aware that that's what we're asking them to do right from the start. Because it's no good asking them in September. They say, well, I haven't got any pictures. It's all finished. Helen.
Yeah, I know last year we linked it with the Gardener's Question Time event. I think on both years we've launched Buzz and Bloom at Gardener's Question Time, and I think that link needs to be stronger. So Buzz and Bloom has more of a profile at Gardener's Question Time. So literally everyone who comes to that event is registering to join, and I think we do need to make it as easy as possible. So I would be really open to Rebecca's ideas of something a bit different like that. Yeah, but we need to make it as easy as possible for people who love gardening to share what they're doing and kind of have, you know, some recognition for it.
So we'd almost make it, I suppose, like sort of almost optional that people can register now, send us their photos. You know, we will keep them in a folder so we've got the record, or you can come along on the night and just show us, you know, photos or a little video, whatever you want, of what you've been doing.
What's worked well before is kind of like a Facebook group, and you can post and say, okay, everyone's sending you spring gardens now, and they can all post the picture of their spring garden.
Good idea.
Then do it the same later on in the year. So you've got all the pictures on your Facebook page, and then when we come to do the awards, it's just a case of flicking through Facebook.
That's true. The only problem is we do find that gardeners are notoriously bad at using Facebook.
It's an age thing.
Yeah. So, but I mean, we can set one up and see how it works. So is everyone happy with that? But we'll certainly, as Helen said, we'll make a big push on it and encourage people to say, please, you know, start taking pictures, save your pictures, take a video, whatever you want, and keep them. And then we'll have a lovely opportunity to share everybody's photographs at the event in the autumn. Does that work? Yeah. Okay.
Can I just clarify that? So are we sort of advertising it with reviews to this, or are there more to do?
Yeah, no, we're going to advertise it as, you know, encouraging people to send us their photos.
Thank you.
And to keep a record through the growing season so that we can,
Who's taking the lead on that? Because obviously with Claire not being here now.
I think Mary's,
Mary's taking
Yeah.
the lead. Okay, thanks.
Rebecca.
Yeah, can we just delegate that to Mary to like do as she's to do as she sees best,
Yeah,
based on the engagement she
absolutely.
gets. Because I think you know you've got ideas and it's your workload ultimately that I'm trying to
Yeah.
manage here. So you know, yeah, you crack on.
Yeah, I've sort of done that already. So I said, oh yeah, great, off you go. So that's great, yeah. Okay, SUDS and flood awareness. Again, this is sort of linked in with Kay. The plastic-free mumbles, again, Mary and I did have a conversation about it, and we feel we'd love to relaunch it, but let's get through catching up with all the rest of the stuff first, and then it's something, if everyone's happy with that, that we kind of park for now and look at maybe come the autumn, we try a big relaunch of plastic-free mumbles. Are we happy with that, everyone? Yep. Good, great. Okay, so plastic-free mumbles, we will look at again to look at some sort of relaunch in the autumn.
So you mentioned, sorry, Chair, the last one you mentioned, the SUDS. You said K? Was that?
Yeah, item K. The
Sorry.
green event.
Sorry, yeah.
Okay, right, Mumbles GQT, we have the date. Mary's done a lovely poster. So everybody please start, encouraging people to sign up. It's on a QR code, isn't it?
Yes.
Set up with Eventbrite.
Eventbrite pages all
yeah.
up and running, and we've had Kate Davis has confirmed as a panelist.
Yeah.
But Sue Kent has said no, and I haven't heard back from the
Maggie.
Incredible Seed Library or from
Tyvion.
Tyvion just yet.
Yeah, Tyvion might need a gentle reminder. I did say that he's notoriously bad at.
Yeah.
21st of March, 6 till 8.
So, yep.
And it's going to be here. Okay, so yeah, everybody hopefully come along, Mumbles Gardeners Question Time. And if anybody else has got any ideas of anyone else we could ask as a panelist, hopefully by then we'll have a decent number. Okay, and finally, the green event for September. Now, this is where we want to kind of bring everything together. And what we've been talking about is that we do SUDS and flood awareness workshops during the day. We have sort of green stalls who, demonstrating different things. People like Zombie Plastics coming with their recycled plastic stuff. So we have that going on, and then possibly even like some cooking demonstrations, ideally using the stuff that we've produced in the Trop Collective. And it would also include Mumbles Gardeners Question Time and the Buzz and Bloom Awards. So it'd be like one big event, so we're not trying to do different things at different times. And hopefully as well, it would allow us to relaunch plastic-free Mumbles. So it would be a full day, a Saturday, here at the Austrian with lots of different things going on. Was there anything else we thought of?
Was it around September time we were
thinking? Yeah, we're looking at September as being a good time to do it. So anybody got any comments or input? Obviously, we've got to work up ideas, so please send them through to Mary if you've got any ideas.
Would it be beneficial or would it be not beneficial to have it on the same day as the market?
The trouble is that they have a craft market here that uses the hall. Sorry, Rebecca, were you hoping to come in?
if I'm going to be allowed to, I'm not sure. I think I might be right at the end of my ability to stay in this meeting, I'm afraid. What I was just going to say was two things. One idea for that event is, could we do a bit of a showcase for West Cross Cappy and their efforts to reduce food waste?
Absolutely.
And my second point about it was, could we set up a working group to run that event and not use too much committee agenda time on it? Because I can imagine it's the sort of thing, if we're going to do a whole day with like 100 things, but I also do think that lots of us have got ideas to feed in. So perhaps if, again, like, if Mary's happy to take the reins on that, but yeah.
And, whoever's interested in,
I
working
don't
on,
mind being
let
on the
Mary
working
know.
group with that, Carrie. It seems right up
Brilliant.
my street.
Fantastic. Okay, so we can briefly go back. Item 8, Castlewoods Pass update.
Number 7, do you want to cover number 7?
Yes. Budget 26-27, there's not a lot to say, but what I am going to be looking at, and if other people could look at as well, is if we think there will be any underspend from this year's budget, that we make sure that we earmark it to go forward for particular things for next year. What we don't want to do is end up handing it back to somebody else. Rebecca.
Yeah, I totally agree. And I just wanted to point out that a really exciting thing from the budget decision yesterday is that we got, as long as I'm correct about this, we got the additional money into civic amenities on bus shelters.
We did.
Yes. So I know that that's something that the public are going to be really glad about. And we just, I think we do just need to agree, like, how are we just going to divvy that up 4 ways? Are we going to, ask the city councillors for their contribution to be committed to before we allocate it? What are we going to do, basically?
My first thought is, I suppose each, the ward councillors or whatever, each say, I would really like to put a bus shelter here. And then when we can kind of then see how we prioritise. Right, this first we'll do this one, then the next bit of money we'll do the next one. So I can, Ian, if we could then suggest that could go again, could be mentioned. I could put it in a report to full council.
As a recommendation or no?
It doesn't really need any recommendation. No, I'll just add it in the report that if councillors have identified anywhere where they would really want to see a bus shelter putting, to let us know, and we'll look at prioritising how we allocate the money.
Harry, one of them was on Mumbles Road, so it would suit everyone really, because who doesn't?
Yeah, well, get it written in. Yeah, send in the request. Okay, excellent.
Do you want to say, like, send in suggestions by, I don't know, end of February or something, and then in March's meeting, look at all those suggestions together?
And then we're ready to start straight off as soon as the new budget comes in. Yeah. Okay. So I'll write that into my environmental report so that I can report it to full council. Yeah. Okay. Just to remind people that the diversity training, the One Voice Wales diversity training, is part of the free offer. So 2 people can get free places to do that training. So whether, I don't know, might be something you might be interested in, or anyone, please, because Kerry's very keen to see all the committees getting involved in training. So if anybody feels they can do it. Rebecca?
Yeah, I've already expressed interest. I'm just trying to find a day that I can do. No, my hand is up to say I'm really sorry, I have to go and do bedtime. So I've got to leave you.
There's no other decisions to make. So thanks ever so much for surviving as long as you did. Bye bye, boys. Okay. Yes. So please, if there's anything, as I say, that doesn't even cost us anything, because Welsh Government have put it within what they consider to be core training, so that free places are offered for it.
Yeah.
And I mean, you know, it's something that we can link in with the green event is looking at SUDS training as well.
Yeah.
So that's something that we can look at as well.
So actually, should I stop the recording because it's 2 hours?
Oh yes, because there's no point, is there? Because we're just finishing off. And the only other thing that we haven't covered is Big Climate League, which I'm going to suggest, if Mary,
Yeah.
to if you could contact